What is going on, everybody, and welcome to another episode of the Fantasy Stand Podcast, where we are doing our best to do a fantasy draft every single day, at least Monday through Friday, until the start of the regular NFL season. We're back at it again. Episode 10 happened fast, but we're at our desktop again. Going to be able to do another quick fast puppy draft here for everyone. Just going to go scroll down quick on the breakdown. Going to be quick $5 on Underdog Fantasy, which one quarterback, three wide receivers, two running backs, one flex, 10 bench, one tight end, 18 rounds. So we're going to go ahead and enter this. And yeah, we're going to see where we land in this draft. Yesterday's draft, we were able to draft from the second pick and coincidentally ended up doing our CD DAC stack, which we practiced actually earlier in the week. So, it definitely is plausible. Like I said, there are some of these stacks in best ball you really want to rely on, and heck, even in a regular redraft, wouldn't be a bad idea, obviously, to pair Dak or your quarterback with the wide receiver or tight end that is scoring the points for the team. So we're going to see where we land. There's another stack I definitely want to test is the Kyler Murray, Marvin Harrison stack. Would need a later pick, I feel, because round 8. So I mean, this is one where I can try. It's definitely taking Marvin Harrison Jr. a lot earlier in the 8th than where I guess he normally would go about 4 or 5 picks later. Especially here in the 2 turn, I feel he's right there with Devontae Adams. So with us being in the 8, we're gonna see who falls to us. Obviously, Amon-Ra may not. We did end up passing on Bijan Robinson when he fell to us at the 8th in our slow draft. I believe that was the one. But if he's there, may possibly go Bijan. Obviously, with the news of him, being the next Christian McCaffrey, other than Christian McCaffrey. So, starting off at the 8th pick again, interested to see here. Interesting. I kind of hope Bijan is there because then we'll get to see how the draft turns out. We're last one where we went A.J. Brown. This one we get to go a running back. But we'll see. Christian McCaffrey off the board. CeeDee Lamb 1-2, which is straight. Guess what? Tyreek Hill. Amon-Ra St. Brown. Possibly. This is always the wild card. It's going to see who really likes the running backs early and who just wants to continue the wide receiver chin. Looks like this guy's going to time out. Jamar Chase. We are 3 picks away. Amon-Ra St. Brown would have been my pick. Justin Jefferson. We're going to see here. Are we going to get a shot at Bijan? Or if not, I think we should just kind of do a safe pick and do Marvin Harrison number 1, possibly. Oh, there's Bijan. Man, I kind of want a Bijan. Well, we're back at it again. Breece Hall, Jahmyr Gibbs, Marvin Harrison Jr. We're going to do it, guys. We're going to test and try this Marvin Harrison Jr. stack. Obviously, I wish we had a later round one. Maybe I should have just played more of the ADP game there just to see, get someone like A.J. Brown or, whatever other stud receiver, Puka Nacua, Drake, or Garrett Wilson, possibly. I mean, I don't know. It all depends on Aaron Rodgers, but we are 3 picks away. We're going to go ahead get another one here. I've been heavy on Devontae Adams. I think he's going to be just fine in this offense. Antonio Pierce is a former player. I imagine, a player's coach, especially towards the end when incentives are needed. I believe Devontae is going to be just an asset. So, I mean, Jalen Waddle, the number 2 in an offense. Nico Collins, one of a 3-headed monster. Chris Olave as Derek Carr. Devontae Adams, obviously stud wide receiver, does have the question marks with his quarterbacks. I guess I'd much rather have Derek Carr than Gardner Minshew or Aiden O'Connell. But here's the thing: Gardner Minshew will fire it. Made Michael Pittman relevant last year. Aiden O'Connell targeted Devontae Adams that second part of the season. So I'm not worried about Devontae Adams. I'm happy essentially with this stack. Marvin Harrison Jr., Devontae Adams as my two. We're going to try and get Kyler Murray here towards the end. I believe, kind of same with Dak Prescott, going to have to target him round 7 to be safe. Round 8 could be stretching it. But this is awesome. I love testing these drafts. And guys, if you have, $10 a week to throw into your Underdog Fantasy, I mean, they have these $5 drafts where you could, mock on, Draft Wizard from the Fantasy Pros, and then come in here and implement that strategy, and essentially, draft, prepare with other fantasy, like-minded individuals who, with these Shields guys, I mean, these are veteran drafters. I mean, you get to see, how they're thinking. So this guy obviously went Christian McCaffrey, saw A-Chain there. He went stud with Mike Evans as this top wide receiver one. In best ball, guys, most points matter. Mike Evans is going to score those touchdowns. This guy would be smart to go ahead and grab Baker Mayfield just later on in the draft, obviously to stack with him, and he's going to be free. So we're 4 picks away from us. You can go ahead, kind of follow along. A-Chain Evans, we're 3 picks. So Travis Kelce has kind of been my smash play. And he's been my smash play if the running backs I like are not available. And obviously Derrick Henry is a running back that I like that is not available. Kyren Williams is another running back I like that is still available. And we're going to do it. I mean, if this is my team, this is how I would do it, guys. We have studs at each position. We're going to do our best to try and get Blake Corum to solidify that Rams. That's what I do, especially in best ball, is lock up those backfields, guys. Especially, with some question marks, possible injury concerns. With these 6 picks away, would love if Travis Kelce could fall to us. One of these stud tight ends, George Pickens, would have been great. George Pickens is going to be great in a slow draft. We had an opportunity to pick him. I regret not going him. I will post that maybe perhaps tomorrow. But we're 4 picks away. Josh Allen just went. I mean, this dude, Amari Cooper, wow, I probably would have went someone else, but that's okay. Hoping, like I said, if Travis Kelce could possibly fall to us here. If not, guys, I may punt or at least wait one more, see if Mark Andrews will get it. Obviously, with Travis Kelce here, I'm hoping Isaiah Pacheco is there for us in 2 picks. With this guy having, obviously, a couple running backs, I may not luck out, but Isaiah Pacheco here in the 4th would be huge to pair with Kyren Williams. 1 pick away. If not, Jalen Hurts. Wow. I was going to say, Hurts possibly would have been my backup. I have very little stock in him, but I believe in him. But here we go, guys. Going to go Isaiah Pacheco, especially with Travis Kelce not being there. Had he been here in the 4th, smash play. But Isaiah Pacheco, stud. We have to watch his buy, especially in best ball. So target some running backs, especially if we have some odds on who we want. If they have a different buy, that will probably be the tiebreaker. In a redraft, that shouldn't matter, will not matter, especially with you being able to bench, working the waiver wire. But here in best ball, it's going to be great to make sure that the other 2 running backs will obviously play during that week 6 bye. So we still don't have a tight end, still don't have a quarterback. But right now we have 2 stud wide receivers, 2 stud running backs. On our way back, we have a possibility at getting a top tight end, not necessarily. I guess Mark Andrews would be our pick here. Patrick Mahomes would be awesome. We're obviously 8 picks away. Those guys are within 3 picks. Dalton Kincaid could possibly get him because what we could do there is also grab Dawson Knox towards the end. He's essentially a free pick just to solidify that tight end because we know the studs are gonna shine. Whoever Josh Allen is throwing to. Anthony Richardson could be a stud. Keenan Allen, we're 6 picks away. Mark Andrews in the 5th, which is rightfully so. That's where he's going. And, of course, who the Lamar Jackson owner is the one who paired him up with Mark Andrews. And that's getting the stat guys. No running back there, but CD, Devontae Malik, 2 and a rookie. We're 3 picks away from us, and we're going to go ahead and see who follows. Patrick Mahomes would be dope, just to be, our great quarterback. Anthony Richardson, we could take a chance there. Calvin Ridley. James Cook, because we can get Ray Davis, but Kyle Pitts, Calvin Ridley. Wow, we have Patrick Mahomes and Anthony Richardson both available. Love Anthony Richardson from a fantasy perspective. We have Isaiah Pacheco there. Going to go ahead, get Patrick Mahomes. He's going to be a top 3 quarterback, top 5 throughout the season. Oh, you know what? I just completely forgot that this was the one that we were going to go ahead and get Kyler Murray. We're still going to go ahead and get Kyler Murray to pair for the Marvin Harrison stack. We'll go ahead and see. But right there in the 5th, guess we could have went and targeted someone else, possibly get, another top wide receiver. Chris Godwin would have been great to pair as a number 3. What I was thinking with the Mahomes was going and pairing with Rashee Rice. But 4 picks away. After that, okay. Yeah. And here's the thing, guys. So we were playing the ADP game there of Kyler Murray in the 7th. We're going to be in the 6th. I don't want to necessarily pay too much up front for him. And another reason why you go ahead and get, another stud receiver, because still here, possible Anthony Richardson, CJ Stroud's going to be great. If you go ahead and wait on Kyler Murray, he's going to be there. But CJ Stroud goes, DeAndre Hopkins, Shad White, Xavier Worthy, Deontay Johnson, David Montgomery, Keon Coleman. Man. It's tough, guys. It's gonna go ahead and auto pick here, and with queued up, I did have Anthony Richardson, and that's totally okay. I'm okay. Because I'm going to do something crazy. If he's still there. If not, we're going to go ahead and just fill out a team. So we did miss out on the possible, well, right now, we could possibly miss out on the stack. However, what we can do here is fill out the team. So we already have our 2 main running backs, 2 flex. If we can get another stud running back, obviously if we fill out that flex position, 2 wide receivers, we fill out that flex position. So we're going to go ahead and see here. A lot of stud running backs who are going to be good. Brian Robinson going to be huge along the goal line. Blake Corum, who we're going to target to hopefully solidify and fill out that. Evan Ingram's a PPR machine. Jake Ferguson's going to score a touchdown. And Njoku's going to be huge. 7 picks away. Right now, it would be Evan Ingram would be the smart play just to make sure we get that. If Kyler Murray's still there, I'm going to be stupid enough to get him because his bye is week 11. And honestly, we're going to have, well, with Ingram gone, we just want playmakers. And honestly, wouldn't have to target any other quarterback after that because of how I like to leave the drafts, especially in 18 rounds. 3 quarterbacks, 6 running backs, 6 wide receivers, 3 tight ends. And whichever way to fill that out. And if you have that stud tight end, like a Mark Andrews, which is kind of injury prone, just make sure you get Isaiah Likely towards the end. That's just a smart way to go about it, especially in best ball drafts. Like I said, guys, these are, if there's fields you like to lock in, man, if Kyler's still there, I'm going to take him. I promise you. Yep, I'm going to do it, guys. We played the ADP game. We said Kyler Murray in the 7th. We already got 2 quarterbacks before. We're going to be stupid. Keon Coleman would be my other pick here, but guess what, guys? Quarterback's locked. And this is, like I said, all experimental. So look at this, guys. We have 3 quarterbacks on the squad. We have our 2 starters in Kyron and Isaiah, which we have a great chance at getting their backups or locking up that position. The only main thing is making sure we get some running backs who can fill in during those buys. So with 6 picks away, Zamir White would be amazing. Jonathan Brooks obviously just went right there. Keon Coleman, Jake Ferguson would be a good pick, I think. But I really don't want to guess. No, I guess I could guess. Yeah, look at that. Jerome Ford's down there. Everyone's down there. James Conner. Jalen Warren. Such a far pick. I'm going to go Zamir White. I love him as a running back prospect here. Jake Ferguson would have been another smart pick just to get that tight end, but right now I'm going to punt that position, hoping David Njoku is still there. There's still a couple of others that could possibly fall. I mean, could take a chance at, obviously, Brock Bowers, I'm kind of early, but Goddard, Schultz, Freiermuth, Komet, Hawkinson, don't know when he's going to be back. But some of these other guys, obviously Hunter Henry's going to score some touchdowns, which this is the only, in best ball is the only way I would try and target Hunter Henry. But 10 picks away, so obviously, yeah, Ferguson goes a couple picks after, a couple more running backs, Swift, Moss. But we're building out this team, guys. I mean, really right now we need tight ends with best ball. Yeah, like I said, we're just hoping for some of those touchdown playmakers that can maybe fall. Need a couple more wide receivers too, especially to fill out that 3rd wide receiver slot. Going to see who's there. 7 picks away. Joshua Palmer, 1. Rashid Shaheed, obviously he's going to be good. Dobbs is going to have potential. Shakir. Gus Edwards. Blake Corum. Two picks away. Dak Prescott goes. Oh, wow. Man, Mostert all the way in the 9th. He fell. I mean, had he been there, that would have been a smash play. Right here, I mean, I'm kind of torn between Joshua Palmer, Brian Robinson. With Brian Robinson going, though, Joshua Palmer is the pick right now. I mean, I know Lad McConkey is the one getting all the shine, the rookie, but he's technically the one, I believe. I don't know. Would love if anyone comments that I need to update my thing. I would love to. Okay, obviously here, after we're back on 4 picks, we're going to have that long. what I'm going to do here, positionally wise, just because I'm trying to do the math with us one away, Devin Singletary goes. So we're going to be 14 away. So after we take our pick, Blake Corum more than likely won't make it to us. So I'm going to go ahead and make the decision. Grab Blake Corum right now just to make sure LA is locked up. Have Isaiah Pacheco, which we're going to be able to get Clyde Edwards-Helaire later on. Honestly, could use one more running back just to be able to fill that 6-round bye, like Zamir White. Obviously, I'm going to be targeting Alexander Madison as a backup, just to be able to lock up that backfield as well. But I don't want to rely on backup numbers. Have someone like an Ezekiel Elliott, who is going to be, rush for 30 yards. But guess what? 2 of those are possibly going to be touchdowns. So we'll see 10 picks away. We're obviously very light on the tight end position as well. Same with the wide receivers. Obviously 2 studs there, with Joshua Palmer kind of being the wild card of we don't know. We're 9 picks away. My pick right here would be Dalton Schultz. Obviously, actually, if Jerome Ford is still there and him being a Week 10 bye, he is the starter. So I would choose Jerome Ford. If not, Dalton Schultz would essentially be that other pick. And I'm going to look down here because, Kendre Miller, you could possibly take a bet on. Joe McLaughlin, but I honestly don't want any part of Denver. That would just be bad. So 4 picks away. Literally, I have it like this. With Jerome Ford being over Dalton Schultz. I love Jared Goff, but we don't need another quarterback. We already have three top ones. We have the Kyler Marvin stack. Definitely built this out a lot different than we need, but come on, Jerome. There we go. All right. Would have been Dalton Schultz. It would have been the better one to fill out the squad, but Jerome Ford, another wide running back one, were, guess what, guys? Hey, they're interchangeable. That's awesome. So, already got one backfield locked up. We're going to get another backup to solidify one of those. Either it's Deontay Foreman for Cleveland, Alexander Madison for Las Vegas, or Clyde Edwards-Helaire in Kansas City. But we're going to go ahead and see who falls here in round 5. We definitely need a tight end. So, going to see here who falls. Would love Dalton Schultz. And, 4 picks away. We'll just see who falls. Obviously, this guy needed a tight end. He's heavily thinking Dalton Schultz. I wouldn't blame him. Freiermuth, would possibly loves the Arthur Smith offense, but didn't happen a lot for Kyle Pitts. So we'll see what happens with Pat Freiermuth. So hoping one of these tight ends falls to us. We'll definitely see. Would love Dalton Schultz. Obviously has a little bit more consistency, I feel, there. And boom, we lucked out here, guys. I think that couldn't have been a better pick. And follow the money, 3-year extension. So I think right now we are in a very good position. I feel we lucked out with Dalton Schultz. We got very lucky with Dalton Schultz. We're 12 picks away, and I will say we definitely would need another tight end to target. Hunter Henry here only in best ball because he will catch touchdowns, I believe. Noah Fant, Seattle, I don't really know. I think he's the only one right there. So the starter, Kate Otten, you can take a chance with Baker Mayfield. Luke Musgrave had a great, start to the season. So last year. So we'll see how everything goes. Could take a shot at Gesicki. Sneeze on Kraft. Look at that. Kraft, the other tight ends on the public. So Musgrave would definitely be interesting. So we'll see 7 picks away. Obviously still need, there goes Freiermuth. Obviously still need tight ends and receivers. So we'll go ahead and see who falls. Right. And welcome back, guys. Sorry for the brief pause. Got a phone call there, had to take care of. So, ended up taking 2 picks away. We're actually 6 picks from here. I'll go ahead and recap those. But filling out our roster, we already have our quarterbacks. We're filling out our running backs. Honestly, just need one more good backup to solidify backfield. Could use one more tight end and obviously some receivers. So, gonna see who possibly can fall in this time. So obviously a couple of receivers. Man, needed another tight end. Wish Noah Fant or Kate Otten would have still been available. Obviously, actually Malachi Corley. Just when it gets here to the end, there's obviously a lot of guys you can take a chance on. I know a lot of people love Troy Franklin. We can go ahead and take a chance on him. Tight end wise, though, I do need someone. It's a 1 year deal with the Bengals, but Joe Burrow's tight end. I'll take it. We solidify that tight end. And the reason why is because there's a lot of receivers that are just kind of who we somewhat like and can always take a chance on. So we're still 7 picks away. We're at least done with quarterbacks. We're done with tight ends. with our running backs, we know, like I said, we're going to target maybe Isaiah Pacheco, one of the last ones, Alexander Madison, possibly Deontay Foreman, there to just lock up those backfields, those top rushing backfields that you want, especially like Las Vegas, which they want to run. They want to run the ball, guys. So we'll see here. Just looking at this roster, obviously, like I said, we just need those wide receivers to position away. So there's a couple good guys that I like. We're one pick away here. Javon Baker, the rookie. Tyler Boyd, he's a 3 in Tennessee. Did sign, but gonna take a chance here on the rookie of Javon Baker. A lot of people are afraid of the New England offense. I'm interested to see how it's gonna look with the new coach, obviously there, but we'll see. We'll see how they believe in their rookies, in Drake May, in Jalen. I believe it's Jalen Polk. And Javon Baker. We are going to be targeting Kendrick Bourne here, though. Believe depth chart wise, still considered the wide receiver one there. So do a quick little, and of course it's right now, and depth charts aren't necessarily set, but it's still a good indication that he's still in starting consideration. So I'm going to go ahead and check here real quick. Wide receiver starters, I mean, they at least have Kendrick Bourne number 1, obviously with a question mark, but Demario Douglas right after, Jalen Polk, Javon Baker as that wide receiver 4. So the fact that we can get Kendrick Bourne as a wide receiver 1 this late in the draft and for free, I always recommend it, guys. So if you see him do rise in ADP, that is probably my fault because I am drafting him way too much in best ball drafts later on, especially as this wide receiver 6 to fill this spot out. But we're 5 picks away. Going to see which running backs are available. So Clyde Edwards-Helaire goes. Obviously, we don't get to lock up the Kansas City one. Deontay Foreman is still there. Alexander Madison. Deontay Foreman is signed with Browns. I mean, he's going to fall on rushing a touchdown. Alexander Madison, that Raiders. This is just a good question, guys. It's either Deontay Foreman or Alexander Madison, whoever you feel. And, Deontay Foreman, he bailed me out multiple times. As long as Nick Chubb is still out, I believe Foreman and Ford are going to go ahead and take care of that, whether that's Ford taking on the yards and Foreman taking on the touchdowns. The thing with best ball, all that matters is points. So we locked up the Cleveland backfield. We have the Rams backfield. Missed out on the Kansas City one. Clyde Edwards-Helaire probably would have been the smash play. And we have Zamir White, hoping that he's going to be durable, especially with his workout routine. So we're actually coming up on our last pick, guys. Those 2 picks that I did with when I was there silent, I believe, was taking on Cole Kmet, was able to get another quality tight end that fell to us. Hoping Pat Freiermuth, or I think Hunter Henry would have possibly been there again. But Jermaine Burton, going to take a chance on the rookie, especially with question marks around T. Higgins, knowing that he's only going to be there for 1 year. We'll see how they implement Burton in that offense, taking on that Tyler Boyd role. Did go Mike Gesicki, another Cincinnati, taking on Joe Burrow's tight end. It's now our pick. It's the last one, guys. Obviously here we need one more wide receiver to bounce it out. And we're going to go ahead and take Kendrick Bourne. So another draft where we at least came out with a balanced roster. Took some quarterbacks a little bit early. We could have got a little bit more playmakers, probably especially in the wide receiver position, instead of Patrick Mahomes. We could have got, Chris Godwin essentially there instead to fill out or to complement Marvin Harrison and Devontae Adams. So that's always a good test, especially, if we were going that straight Kyler stack, which I wish I would have stuck to, because even though we still did it, he was sitting there in round 7, just like I said, right? Round 7. Just when I said we would have to take him, and we took 3 straight quarterbacks, which I don't advise. This best ball strategy may work though. because what we try to do was lock up our, two studs at the wide receiver. We're going to take a chance here on the rookie. I still believe in Devontae Adams. I'm probably one of the few. With Kyron Williams, the question marks. Basketball guys, like I said, Blake Corum, we solidified that. Isaiah Pacheco is going to be a stud. If he can somehow get that Jamal Charles workload, that'd be amazing. Patrick Mahomes, number one quarterback. Anthony Richardson, everyone loves, who's going to put up points there. And then we ended up taking Kyler Murray to get our stack, which 3 quarterbacks in a row, like I said, do not necessarily advise. However, we get to say we solidified and got our Kyler Murray, Marvin Harrison stack. So with our running backs, run it down. Or actually, like I said, guys, I'll start off here with a wide receiver. Went ahead, started the first 2 rounds wide receiver. Got Marvin Harrison Jr. in the first just to solidify him. Still able to get Devontae Adams, which I still believe. Went back, running back, and went Kyron Williams. He was sitting there, fell to us. Was hoping Travis Kelce would have still fell, but went a couple rounds. Instead, we got Isaiah Pacheco, who I believe is going to be another stud running back as well. Where if you got Travis Kelce there and you had Isaiah Pacheco as your RB1, you're still sitting in a great spot, especially with us being able to get Zamir White. I mean, if you took away Kyron Williams, Isaiah Pacheco and Zamir White, Jerome Ford as my starting running backs, I'll go in and I'll work on trades, anything. So we, Kyron, Pacheco, Zamir White, Blake Corum, lock up LA, Jerome Ford, the cheapest RB1 pretty much right now, with Deontay Foreman to lock up that Cleveland backfield. So wide receiver, obviously we're banking on Joshua Palmer to, and actually one of these guys to just fill that third role, either the rookie in Jermaine Burton or the rookie at New England, the veteran in New England, Kendrick Bourne. Hopefully one of these guys can shine and just complement, because I believe in Harrison Jr. and I believe in Devontae Adams. Tight end, we got lucky with Dalton Schultz, viable. He's going to get the job done. Not necessarily going to be the star, I feel, weekly, like a Travis Kelce or a Sam Laporta, but will definitely be consistent, get us some points. Cole Kmet, interested to see how he's going to be with Caleb Williams. Did great last year. And Mike Gesicki's the wild card. But looking here on the buys, everyone kind of fills out, compliments everyone real well, especially the week 6, week 10, they're going to interchange. So feeling pretty decent about this. Projected 29-15. I believe the better teams are about like 31, 32, like 3,200 points projected. 29, kind of a little bit up there. I mean, so we'll see, guys. Obviously, hope to follow and just see how this one goes too. Definitely, with the amount of drafts we're doing, probably wouldn't be able to follow each one, but would love to do a yearly at the end just to kind of see, which teams were the better strategies for the year. So thanks again, guys. This was episode 10. Can't believe we made it here, but I appreciate you guys for watching, listening, and looking forward to putting out another draft for you guys. Take care.